Thank you for taking time. We have just 4 questions for you. First question is, in terms of Georgia and the European Union, what is the current stage of Georgia's European integration process and what key factors are shaping these relations?
Since December 2023, Georgia is a candidate country for EU membership. I was really happy and really proud. We were celebrating with the authorities and I think with the vast majority of Georgians this historic moment. But unfortunately, since that moment, things have developed in a wrong way. Together with candidate status, Georgia received a very clear roadmap of reforms that are needed to move forward. But unfortunately, most of these reforms have not been implemented. On the contrary, many unfortunate events happened since that instead of bringing Georgia closer to the membership of the European Union, are unfortunately making Georgia being far apart from the European Union. And especially in the last several months, we are witnessing a very deep political crisis in Georgia with people demonstrating and protesting against Georgia stopping the accession process. On top of it, unfortunately, there is intimidation, there are beatings, there is violence. This is something that as European Union we can not tolerate. This goes against the core principles upon which European Union is built. So this is why we have stopped high-level visits, any dialogue, high-level dialogue with Georgian authorities. We have stopped financing to the Georgian government, and we have even decided to introduce a requirement of visas to representatives of the authorities. We sincerely hope that Georgia will be back on the trajectory of EU integration. As European Union, we have taken a decision to embrace Georgia, to become one of us, to join our family, but this needs to happen based on the values and principles upon the European Union is built, and this only depends on the actions of the Georgian authorities.
Our second question, what factors bring Georgia closer to Europe and what challenges create distance? And what is the role and significance of civic society in Georgia's current political landscape?
As European Union, we have made our mind. Yes, it's true, it took us some time, but in December 23, 27 EU member states have collectively decided to grant Georgia candidate status, and we want Georgia to become member of the European Union. For this to happen, Georgia needs to go through very deep reforms, transformational reforms. We are ready to work with the authorities in order to implement those reforms. But unfortunately, since December 23, most of the steps that are required to go forward have not been implemented. There are 2 pillars of previous successes of Georgia. First is vibrant civil society. So these are the people who are working in the regions, in their communities to improve life of ordinary people. The second pillar is professional civil administration. Those people working in different ministries, knowledgeable about what European Union is, that have been tirelessly working in order to Georgia to catch up and to become compatible with European Union. Unfortunately, we see that in the recent months, those 2 pillars are being dismantled. Different laws have been introduced or are being discussed in order to limit a possibility of civil society to work, to operate, to become funding from abroad. And also when it comes to civil service, people are being dismissed, people are being intimidated. Several people have already resigned. So the two pillars that in the past were extremely helpful in pushing Georgia forward towards EU membership are under threat. This is extremely regrettable, and we sincerely hope that this trajectory will change and Georgian authorities would again go back to the path of EU integration.
What would recommend Georgia's civic society organizations do to maintain their progress while continuing to strengthen society?
I have been visiting young people, civil society organizations, activists, media representatives in Kakheti yesterday and today. I'm really impressed with everything that has been done over many years with EU support. We visited Euroclub in Kvareli with a lot of bright young people.
Yes, I saw.
Even today, when we were coming to your studio, we were passing by the old town of Tel Aviv, and I saw beautiful street signs that were financed with the European Union. I was told that the primary school that we passed by was again constructed with the financial support of European Union. So, I mean, there are so many things that we have been doing in Georgia for so many years, working first and foremost with the authorities, because 90% of our support was going through the authorities and not through civil society. But now, in the new reality, we have decided, as a result of unfortunate decisions, unfortunate actions of the authorities, to stop financing the authorities. We would try to redirect the support from the authorities into civil society in order to continue Georgia to go forward, to be a peaceful, stable and prosperous country, and hopefully in the future member of the European Union. And civil society organizations play absolutely essential role in these efforts. These are the people who are on the ground, who are working directly in their communities, who know best what needs to be done. We have been supporting them, and this support will continue.
Given the current political situation, what role does the European Union play in Georgia? And what are its main priorities and key areas of focus?
We want Georgia to become member of the European Union. I was sent here by my bosses from Brussels to make sure that Georgia quickly introduces all the necessary reforms so that we can have another big celebration and Georgia becoming a full member of the European Union with all the privileges and all the obligations. This is why I'm here. Unfortunately, the authorities have decided not to pursue European integration, at least for the next 4 years, which is extremely heartbreaking. And as we see every day, people demonstrating on the streets, this goes against the wish of the big part of the Georgian population. We have a big crisis now in Georgia. I hope that this crisis will be resolved. Authorities have, of course, a responsibility to make it happen so that we can go back towards working for Georgia's future, for Georgia's future membership in the European Union.
I hope. Thank you.
We all hope.
Thank you
so much.
for your thoughtful answers and response, and I hope that you will meet will become a European country.
Of course, of course.
It will become so.
Didi Matloba, thank you so much.
Madloba.